Hello, friends. It is Sat Chat time. What a bizarre introduction to this video. This is Sat Chat's weekly catch-up chit-chat video on the Frugal Crafter YouTube channel. You may learn something, you may not. I really can't say, because every time I say that you're not going to learn anything, people are like, oh no, I learned all about microbiotics or something that I was talking about. So hey, I don't know. It's a variety show. Who knows what you're going to get? Just chill out, make yourself a cup of coffee, get comfortable, enjoy the ride, and yeah, let's hang out. Let me know what you're up to in the comments below. I hope you're doing something fun this weekend. It's been so cold this week, but at least today it's sunny. Hopefully it warms up a little bit more. It's in the 50s, which is fine for April, but we had these 70-degree days last week, and my blood has thinned out and I'm ready for summer. You can't just give a gal a 70-degree day and then snatch it back. That's not fair, Mother Nature. That's not fair to us in Maine. We have waited so long for warm weather, but my husband's happy. He's like, no, we don't want the 70 degrees yet. We need 50s for a while. I would rather just like jump right straight into summer, personally, but I don't get my way. I don't get to rule the world. I'm not the queen of everything, unfortunately. Happy Earth Day. It's Earth Day. So actually, I guess I should be glad that it's not 70 degrees, because that would just mean that we're warming more than we should at this time of year. But it is Earth Day, so you may be able to find some fun events going on in your vicinity. When the kids were little, we would go to the Hope Festival, which would be this big thing at the not the Civic Center, the Brewer Auditorium. They would have all these, maybe they still do it, I don't know, but they'd have all these tables, and they'd have people selling earth-friendly crafts, and there'd be little events to do and things like that. So I used to bring the kids to that. I don't really know of any Earth Day celebrations or anything going on now, but maybe I'll have to do something fun today for Earth Day. If you have any ideas, any fun Earth Day activities, leave in the comments below. I don't have any. I need a good idea. How do I celebrate Earth Day? You know how I should celebrate Earth Day? Just not even going on Amazon. Well, I'm trying to break myself of, I don't think I really impulse buy, but it's kind of like I realize I need something, and it's like right after I made an order, so it's like, well, I don't have enough for free shipping, so I'll just wait and look for something else I need until I can get up to that free shipping point, because I'm going to spend the same amount either way, whether I buy the thing and pay for shipping or if I get a couple things with free shipping. So I try to wait. But I need another battery for my video camera, because it came with one, and that one is still going strong, and I purchased an extra one when I got the camera, because I don't like to have to wait for a battery to charge up, because a lot of times I'm batch filming, and I'm filming constantly. So having that extra is wonderful. And I don't think I can plug in just a cord into this camera. I think you have to run it with a battery. So I got an extra. That lasted probably about 2 years. And then I bought a 2-pack. And one of them went after probably about 1.5 years. And then this other one is starting to go. And I know they're starting to go because they start to get puffy. And then they start to, kind of, when you go to put it in the camera, you kind of feel this resistance. And I can see that this one is starting to get puffy, so I'm ordering another 2-pack. But, oh my gosh, they're so cheap now. I don't see, it's not even $25, so I'm just waiting to see if there's anything else I need. I do need some exercise clothes. I need some leggings that aren't just like, I have some leggings, but I wear them to bed as pajamas. They're just cotton leggings. They're not great for exercise because they're not, they don't stay up well enough. So I want to get some like spandexy compression leggings that have a pocket, because I'd like to be able to throw my phone in my pocket. There are pickleball courts around town in Bangor, and I would like to go, but I'm going to obviously want to have my phone and my keys on me. And if I could just wear like some exercise clothes that I had pockets in, that would be ideal, because I don't want to leave a bag at the edge of a court. I don't know, Bangor's a pretty safe city, but still, why tempt fate? And I like to have pockets, because I hate to carry a purse, I hate to carry a bag whatsoever, so that would just be nice. So I am on the lookout for that, but I'm very leery about buying clothes online. I will go and I will try on, I hate shopping, but I will go and I will try on 50 things, so I know I get things that I like, so I don't have to return them, because I hate returning things. But it's like leggings, how hard can that be? They're stretchy, they don't have to fit perfectly, they're leggings. So that's probably what I'm going to end up ordering to get over the free shipping and whatnot. And I have a couple gift cards I need to spend, so anyway. I've got a new project in Critique Club. This project here, these cocktails. So I did this project, I think I showed you on Sat Chat last week. This project here, I did this at an open studio that my friend Glenna invited me to, and I loved it. I brought my Faber-Castell markers. I was trying them out for the first time. Oh, really enjoyed them. They were so fun. And I had several Critique Club members ask if I would put that up in Critique Club, and it's like, I didn't record it. I wasn't even at home when I painted it. And then I was like, I was getting my Critique Club project ready this week, and I was going to do a stack of teacups, and I thought, honestly, I had this pad of paper, and I'm like, how cool would it be to do a stack of teacups like that? But I'm like, that would be impossible to film. I mean, not impossible, but it would be hard to show detail because I'd have to constantly be readjusting the camera, and I wouldn't be able to show the whole thing at once unless I had it sideways. And so I'm like, well, I'll just do teacups on a smaller painting, and that's what I did here. And this paper, I've got to say, this Meeden 100% watercolor paper is really awesome. 20 sheets, and I think it's around $16 for 7x10 size. I think it's a Bauhang paper, to be honest, because they also sell the Bauhang paper. But anyways, I do have a 15% off coupon. I'll try to remember to link that paper and the coupon code in the video description in case you want to grab that. It's cheaper on the Meeden.com website than it is on Amazon, and then you get an extra 15% off there. So I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, so I did the little stack of teacups. It was only 40 minutes. It only took me 40 minutes to do it. And I was like, okay, that's not long enough for Critique Club. And it was pretty easy too. I'm like, you know, that would be way better on YouTube where it's more of a beginner, more of an easy project. I think it would introduce people that maybe were on the fence, like, I got some watercolors, but I don't know what to do. I just want something fun and easy. I want to be walked along step by step. Right? I want my hand held a little bit. So I put that up on YouTube, and I've gotten a really good response on that. So that lesson is free on YouTube. This one's in Critique Club. There's a time lapse of this on YouTube if you just want to see how it all kind of goes down. But in Critique Club, after I sketched this on video, so you can draw along with me for this. It takes about 25 to 30, almost 30 minutes to draw this out. So after I drew it, I took it over to my light box, took a piece of tracing paper, and I made a pattern. And then I scanned the pattern into my, with my scanner, and I did it as a PDF. So it's actually a 2-page PDF. And what you do is you print out the pattern, and then you cut the pattern down and you overlap it till the lines match up, and you tape it together, and there you have your pattern, and it will go, it's 6 inches by 18 inches. So that's how I figured out how to do a pattern that would be longer than, or larger than the size of my my scanner, but it would print out at the right size no matter where. So it's a PDF, so it'll print out the right size for that 6 by 18 inch paper no matter what you have for a printer. So I thought that was going to work out, that worked out pretty well. And I use that Strathmore paper, and it's cheap. Blick has it for like under $10 for this pad. It's 6 inches by 18 inches. It's a panoramic, like for painting landscapes. It is so fun to work on. I did that long tulip on it. I did like birds on a wire on it last year. I have all those tutorials on my channel. And the sizing has held up really well on that. I have had blocks of the Strathmore 400 have iffy sizing, but no problems whatsoever with that one. So I was really happy about that. And yeah, that's in Critique Club. I'll put a link below in the video description. And I also have a pattern. I made a pattern for this as well. So if you prefer this layout on a 9x12, you can do this or you can do that. Some of the drinks, like I did this drink and that drink, were the same from both paintings. But honestly, I have the reference photos for all of them there in Critique Club, and you can it's pretty easy to transcribe it for the other format if you want to. And it was fun. It was fun to do it again. I didn't want to do the exact same thing again because I don't really like to do that, but I'm like, hey, I could be a real artist for once in my life and work in a series, and that's what I did. That's what I did there. I'm happy about that. I think I want to frame I have so many like food paintings I just like to frame and hang in my kitchen, but I am a pleasure seeker, and painting is fun and framing is not, and so my armoire is full of finished paintings that need to be framed. It's awful. I just need to suck it up. I just need to buckle down and just say, today I'm going to put in an audiobook and I'm going to mat and frame paintings, and that's what I'm going to do today. And I'll have something fun that I look forward to, the audiobook, and I'll just do it. I'll get through it. I have to like gamify things. I have to make things fun. Maybe I could have a framing party, invite over, hey, who wants to frame some stuff? Come on over, let's have a framing party. Which would just end up in us talking and probably having snacks and not framing a thing, because that's generally how craft nights tend to run around this place. But nobody gets anything done, we all just socialize. But that's alright too, because, you know, we all need that. We all need to do that. Oh, I have a list of things to talk about. Let's see, what else? Oh, free class notification. I'm going to link it down below. Michaels.com on May 12th. I'm teaching a free class. Shoot, what did I do with that? Oh, it's right here. Right here. I'm teaching this over at Michaels.com on May 12th. I did a time lapse of this so you got to see how it all goes. I have a scan, a detailed scan, high-res scan of the drawing. So if you had like a laser printer, which I do not have, I wish I did. Maybe I'll get one of these days. If you had a laser printer, you could actually print that on watercolor paper and just color it like as many times as you wanted to. That's because I scanned the final line work, so it's nice and crisp. It'd actually make a really good rubber stamp. I should look into that as well. So many things I should do that is never going to happen. But anyway, what I would recommend is either draw it out freehand. This is on a watercolor greeting card because I'm going to give this to my mom for Mother's Day. But I would print it out and just do either a freehand drawing of the carnation, or I would just trace the outlines. Don't do the line work, just trace the outline of it, and then you can do the inking with me on the live stream, and then do the watercoloring with me on the live streamer. It's actually, we're using the Inktense products, but you could use watercolors. If you prefer watercolors to Inktense, you can use the pencils, the blocks, or the pans. I know if you go to michaels.com, you're going to see the supply list that has every option that you could buy. You know, you don't need the pencils and the blocks and the pan paints. You just need one. So you look at that supply list, it could be overwhelming and very expensive, but it does not have to be. You know, you could just buy a couple watercolor pencils or Inktense pencils to try it out and still do that project. So don't be overwhelmed by that. The things you absolutely have to have is some sort of watercolor paper. I like the watercolor greeting cards just because then you can mail it off. It's very practical. You could even do it on a watercolor postcard because the Inktense and the watercolor pens are not going to reactivate even if they got rained on or something. So you need some watercolor paper, you need a waterproof pen, and you need something to color it with, either a water-soluble pencil or a watercolor paint or Inktense, any of the Inktense products. But if you're interested in that, even if you can't make it live and you're going to catch the replay, please sign up over at michaels.com/classes. I will put the direct link in the video description. The reason I ask you that, if you like the project, if you don't like that project, if you're like, that project's ugly, Lindsay, why would I do that? Then obviously don't sign up. If you don't think it's interesting, don't sign up. But if you do like projects like that, please sign up, because that tells Michaels and Derwent that this is something you're interested in, that you like the free classes, that it's something that you would like to watch the replay of. It just shows them a gauge of interest, and then it makes them more likely to provide more of these free classes and to hire me back. Selfishly, I want to be hired back to do more, so if you're interested in that, obviously only if you're interested, please sign up for that. So yeah. That'll be fun. It's always fun to have a little Friday paint day, a little break from your day, take a little lunch break, do a little paint. I think that's good. And what else? I'm thinking about moving the pottery stuff outside. If you watched my room of hoard, oh my gosh, I know. Over there, that is on the other side of that wall is the room of hoard, which you've probably seen. All my old videos were filmed over there. And last January, I did a video where I moved all my pottery stuff over into the room of hoard. I'd reorganized, I defragged, made everything all nice and efficient and tidy. And I have only used that pottery wheel once since I moved it over there. I don't like doing pottery over there. And I'm usually too busy in the winter to do pottery and it's cold. And I know you guys told me so. Okay, you told me so. You were right. Oh, fine. You were right. I was wrong. You were right. You can gloat. That's okay. So I don't like doing pottery over there, and I don't really have time to do it in the winter. My busiest time for my business is September through May, or even September through the end of April. That's my busiest time for my business. I'm launching classes, I'm doing freelance client work, I'm getting stuff ready for companies that need to take stuff to trade shows, need to take samples to trade shows, and I'm doing, you know, my own stuff. And then in the summer, the summer is glorious in Maine, and I like to do my own thing in the summer. I want to do YouTube videos I want to do painting I want to do World Watercolor Month. By the way, this will be on the pouch I designed for World Watercolor Month, so if you love this artwork, you'll be able to purchase it on a little art supply pouch, a little canvas pouch, and all the proceeds, I'm not making a penny on this, all the profits are going to go to children's art charities. So if that's something that you like, keep your eye open for that, keep your ears peeled. That will be up this summer. July is World Watercolor Month, and I am one of the ambassadors. So I'm very excited for that. And that's one of my favorite challenges. That and Inktober are my two favorite art challenges, and I try to do them every year, and I just feel so good at the end of the month when I've completed the challenge. And it gives me something to look forward to every day that's a little bit more of a personal art challenge, and I just love it. So that's coming up. So anyway, I want to move the pottery wheel and accessories back out to the pottery shed and then reclaim that area for storage, I guess, because it's taking up a honkin' area in the room of hoard, and I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying pottery in there. It's just too dark and depressing over there, even with my big chalk mural that I made. It just sometimes things work and some things they don't. Sometimes they don't. You don't know unless you try. So I think when people set up a craft area or an art area and they're like, I never go there, I never use that room, I just want to craft on the kitchen table, then okay, you've learned something. Don't be discouraged by that. Maybe use that craft room area as your storage and set up a system where you can go shop your room, put everything, because that's what I do with a room of hoard. I'll take a basket and I go pull all the stuff I need for a project and I bring it in here to film where it's warm. If I'm doing something that's a little bit more advanced, or not advanced, but it takes a lot more space and a lot more mess, then I'll work over there. I tend to work in the room of hoard more in the summer because I don't need the heat. It's nice and cool. It's refreshing. It's nice to be in there. Get the big table. Speaking of some projects I have coming up, is I've got some card making projects coming up. So this right here, if you've watched any of the coverage of the latest Creativation NAMTA trade show, you probably saw a similar product. This is actually, these were designed 3 years ago by local King Rubber Stamps, and she is just the sweetest woman. I met her at a stamp show. Lisa, the owner, her and her husband own this business. They are an absolute riot. Lisa is the most charming, funny, friendly, hilarious woman that you ever want to meet. She will have a throng of people around her booth when she demos because she is so entertaining, and she's just like, she's looking at you, la la la, then and you tell everybody you worked on this for 3 hours, but you did it in 10 minutes. She is just the cutest woman, and she is just such a good demoer, and she designed these products with a makeup company. She said, I wanted to find something to blend. I found some makeup sponges. I liked them, but they were more for like a shape of a face, but not good for flat paper. So I worked with them. I had them do a flatter head and a denser foam, and they designed these 3 years ago. And she was completely upfront with like, yeah, I went to a makeup company, asked if they could do them like this, and they did, and this is what we have, and it works great. And I did a video on these about 2 or 3 years ago on how to do a bunch of different effects with them. And I haven't been doing tons of cards lately, but I was talking to Lisa the other day, and she has offered a 20% off gift discount to my viewers, and I'll put the discount code and a link in the video description so you can check it out if you want to buy these or anything else on their website. And I was like, I kind of feel like making some more cards again, and I want to do a bunch of guitar themed cards, and she has the cutest guitar stamp set and die set. And I was thinking, I want to do a bunch of different guitar cards and think of like all the different ways I can use these guitar stamps. And then I have some birthday cards, I have some just thinking of you cards, because a lot of the people in my life, a lot of my friends and family members are musicians, and it would be really cool to just have a bunch of these on hand when somebody's having a birthday, or somebody's having a rough day, or someone just needs a pick-me-up, or whatever. You can just grab a card and you can send it off, and it's not too, I tend to go real frilly with my card making. I either go like really artsy or really frilly, and you know, lace and butterflies and perfume bottles, and you know, it's very twee, you know, very like, it's very, you know, my aesthetic is vintage ladies dressing room, I swear. Victorian ladies dressing room. That's my, like, when I'm crafting, I tend to like get that kind of like the pretty vintage lacy over the top vibe. But I'd like to have something that was a little bit more sleek, a little bit more unisex, a little bit more pop art type card, and I thought that would be really fun. But I also have a bunch of other stamps of hers that I really want to, you know, give a good workout to, because her work is so diverse. Her stamps are so beautiful, and so I want to do a batch. I want to do it in the room of hoard. I want to just lay everything out, and I just want to go bam, 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 and create tons of gorgeous cards and use these, because that's the other thing. So another company came out with almost an identical product, and they were saying, we are the first, we invented these, we are like, these are nothing like them on the market. And I was like, hang on a minute there, sister. Those have been around, and maybe you didn't know about them, but yeah, you were not the first. And save 20%, grab these, I would say. And look at the cute little holder. The new company that came out with a very similar product does not have a cute holder. I think it's very cute. And in a pinch, you got those long stamps you don't have a long enough stamp block for, you can stick them on the bottom of this, and it works great. And they're just pretty. they're just pretty. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. I would like actually to film a bunch of those this afternoon, but I am overly optimistic when it comes to planning projects. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna edit that, and then I'm gonna do this. And very few of these things will come to pass, and it's 7 o'clock at night, and my husband's been home for work for like 3 hours, and he's like, you are still working? It's like, I know, and I haven't accomplished anything, you know? So realistically, I might get the guitar cards done today, but that will probably be it. But I do have a bunch of the things to use. I've been collecting their stamps since I first met them at the first stamp show I ever went to. This stuff is just so unique. And what I love about Lisa's stuff, Local King Rubber Stamp is the name of the store, if I haven't said it. What I love about her stuff is that it's so timeless. It's not trendy. It's not like you're going to buy this, you're going to make 2 cards, and then it's going to go in a bin and you're never going to use it again because it's out of style. Her stuff isn't trendy. It's so classic, but it's so unique. Like, you're not going to look at her work. Well, you really should check out her samples. They're great. I'm just trying to think if there's something I could show you that would be like, okay, like these succulents. They're like a shadow design. So you could like ink them up with, like, actually you can ink them up with the sponges so you get these kind of blended looks, and then you stamp them, and then her dies that go with them will cut them out and emboss them at the same time. And then I have her terrarium stamp, and I could put them in the terrarium, and it looks like you spent so much time. They're so unique, and I don't know, she just has a very unique style that I haven't seen elsewhere. And well, you know what, I just search Local King on my channel and you'll see some different projects that we've made. And then obviously check out her channel. Oh, here's the guitars. Here are the guitars. I just think there's a lot of different options here with this, and I love that they're silhouette stamps because I do love to color, but you can get some really stunning results really quickly with the silhouette style stamps, and she's got the details in white. And I've had problems where I've had shadow stamps with really fine white details, like, and the details just kind of smush in, but these are red rubber and they just really capture that detail really well, and then you don't have that smudging in. Like, I had these stamps and they were clear, and I don't want to mention the company name because it's a good company, but it was like a black box with the sentiment on the inside, and I could not get it to stamp without everything just like leaching in. You couldn't read the sentiment. It was like too fine or something. I've never had that issue with those stamps, so they're just a joy to use. And yeah, I want to make a batch. I want to make a batch of stuff because they're so fun. And her products are kind of one of those products that makes me remember how much I used to love stamping and how exciting I used to be to stamp and go to the stamp shows with my girlfriends, and we used to have so much fun. I'm planning on going again this year if my friends want to go, because I haven't been since before COVID. They did do the stamp shows the last 2 years, but my kids were graduating high school. Jackson graduated 2 years ago and the girls graduated last year. So it was just like, I didn't want to cram one more thing into that like week. So I didn't, and I did miss it. I missed it a lot. So I'm looking forward to getting back there. I don't know how the shows are anymore. I'm not sure if, I know that because Lisa's Canadian, I don't know if she's been able to come to the shows in America much. Probably can now, but previously with COVID and stuff, crossing the border was kind of a bit of a pain. But yeah, we'll see. So, I've been feeding my friend's rabbit this week, and it's been going well. Although yesterday I decided I was going to pick the rabbit up. I was brave. I was sitting on the floor. I'm like, I'm going to pick the rabbit up. And the rabbit chewed a hole in my shirt. Luckily, I wore an old shirt that actually was one I dug out of the Goodwill bin. That was one of my daughter's, but chewed a hole in it. I'm like hearing chunk, 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 chunk. And I'm like, that sounds like it's going like through fabric. And yeah, sure enough, I got holes in my shirt. So I just patted the rabbit today, but it seems fine. Some days the rabbit comes right up and wants some attention. Other times it's like, yeah, you're a food depository system lady. I don't need any sort of, interaction with you. Just give me the food, please. And that's kind of how it was today. But I think my friend is back tomorrow. I'll have to text her and see. If not, I'll be visiting the bunny one more time. I did take some photos. I have not sketched the bunny. I've had the dog with me, so she's just been kind of like waiting outside the door, and I don't know. She has a cat too. I've been feeding the cat, and I don't want the dog to find the cat and cause problems. Although I think a cat could evade my dog pretty easily. My dog's not the brightest dog in the world. So that's been going well. I've been doing that at the end of my walks in the morning. Oh, I do have something kind of fun happening this week. I think it's going to be fun. I'm also a little leery. I'm excited, but it's also like it's so early in the morning. So Lila asked me if I would be an interview for, she's got to do this project. She's studying film and media, and she's got this project where they have to live direct a segment. And it's like a 10-minute segment, and they're doing it all in one take. They're going to be switching on a board, and they need talent. And so I was the fourth person she asked. I was fourth on the list, by the way. So anyway, I'm going to be interviewed by one of her colleagues, fellow students, and I'm going to demonstrate a little craft on camera. So they're going to be switching between cameras, and then I think that's it. It's about 10 minutes. So it's like a live directing final for one of her classes. And so I'm like, and she had asked me about it originally, like, if we can't get anyone else, would you be willing to? I'm like, of course. You know, what do you do? What do you do as a mother? Of course, you do what your kids need. And so I got a call probably about 2 weeks ago. Mama, you can still do that, right? I'm like, yes, I can do that. What time do I need to be there? I need to be there by 8:30 to Portland, which means I have to leave here by 6. So I have to be up and have makeup, hair, everything ready in the car to leave by 6 a.m. I need to be caffeinated and out the door by 6 a.m., which that's going to be a lot. So I'm going to have to make sure I have everything packed up. And I'm going to take the Jeep and not my fun little convertible, because Lila asked me to bring this board right here for decoration, because she needs like set dressing. So I'm going to bring that. And she also asked me to bring a tablecloth. So I'm like, what? And a craft. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you guys actually doing there? So I don't have to be there right when they have the studio. They have the studio from like 8 to 11 or 8 to 10 or something. So the other kids students in the group are going to be setting up the set. And I'm going to meet Lila on campus, and then she's going to drive me to the recording studio, and then we're going to go from there. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I used to work in television and radio, so I'm not unaccustomed to this. And I did a class at Craftsy, so I mean, I'm totally fine with being talent. In fact, that's what I like to be. So I'm excited about that. It's kind of fun. I'll be able to pretend I'm a little movie star or something for 10 minutes. But that's going to be fun. But I don't get to Portland very often, so I'm really excited because we don't have Trader Joe's up here, and I've never been to a Trader Joe's, so I want to go to Trader Joe's. And I want to go to a couple of art shops down there, and Lyle and I will grab lunch and maybe I'll grab coffee with a friend or something on my way out on that end of the state. It seems so far away. It's only 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away, but it seems so far away. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll have to let you know how that goes next week. But that's my little exciting thing. College lunch, the lunch with my college friends went absolutely awesome. Jason really got along with everybody, and the conversation did not stop, and it was the coolest thing. My friend Scott brought his wife Mary. The coolest thing was, like, you know, we would be in huge conversations with all of us, like laughing our butts off. Then we'd break off into conversations with 2 or 3 people, and it was a constant musical conversation go round. It was just wonderful. Everybody was vibing. It was just great. Everybody hit it off. The chemistry was mwah. I have beautiful people in my life, and I make good choices with my friends, and they all get along. And I was just like, yay, my husband gets along with my college friends. That felt so good. And so did Scott's wife, got along with everybody. It was wonderful. We all had such a great time. It was so good to see everybody again. It just makes me miss them more, though. It's like, I saw you people a month ago, and I can't wait to see you again, you know? So that's good. I think that's a good sign. But anyway, my camera's about to run out. We're not doing the super long thing this week, even though I could probably talk for another hour. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and happy crafting. Bye!